Welcome everybody to this week's KubeVirt community meeting. Sorry about the delay. It is the 19th of November 2025 and hopefully version 1.7 release day, but we'll get to that in just a moment. If I could please direct your attention to the attendees thing where Daniel just put his name and I'm going to put mine. If you could please put your name there, that would be great. Is there anyone new this week, or if you're not new, that hasn't introduced yourself before? You're more than welcome to now. Okay, we'll move along. All right, we're going to have a quick check of the schedule. Just to confirm what I said earlier, it is KubeVirt GA Day. And approximately next week, we'll have the CDI GA. Nothing's on chat. How is the release going? Who's here that can speak to it?
Andrew.
Hello.
So the thing is, we have one security fix that we would like to land in 1.7. If that basically divergence is only the security fix, maybe we can have a GA today. Otherwise, I do another RC and GA later.
All right, so it's a maybe today.
Yeah.
I will lightly cap my enthusiasm then. Cool, thank you for that. And I'll catch up with you in what, like an hour or something? Will we know more then?
Yeah, can be. Yeah, still waiting on the CI, so
okay,
that's the limiting factor here.
All right, can you please just ping me what it's looked like it's shaping up, and we just need to communicate that to the broader community.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Just confirm, you can see my tabs this week. It's not just the thing. You can see the schedule.
It works.
Cool, cool. So we'll have a quick look at the version 1.8, not to get ahead of ourselves, but since it's there, we may as well just start familiarizing ourselves with the dates. I think the most important earliest date is the 7th of January. We will have our VEP freeze. And then we've got code freeze on the 25th of February and a release on the 18th of March, which I think is a week before KubeCon EU. On the subject of KubeCon EU, we'll have more details, not next week, but the week after. Meeting with the CNCF next week to talk about the on-site in-person event that we're running at KubeCon EU. So we'll be having some kind of a CFP to determine speakers for that. And information, like I said, should be available in roughly 2 weeks' time. But it's either a 2-hour or 2.5 hour, in-person summit-like event that we'll be running from within KubeCon. Upcoming CFP check-in. Click the link. The only one that I'm aware of is FOSDEM 2026 and the Virt and Cloud Infra Dev Room. There are many other dev rooms. It's worth going to the FOSDEM, pardon me, the FOSDEM website and having a look through it. Maybe you've got an idea for a different dev room. Yeah, highly recommend FOSDEM. Unfortunately, our stand application was denied. So we won't be there, but I did see that the CNCF had their stand approved. So we might see if we can weasel our way onto that. I need to get rid of this. Okay, and I've added a new check-in, which is the calendar check-in, since it is in many ways a single source of truth for all the things that are happening within KubeVirt that are event-based. Mostly to highlight next week. This week's all pretty normal. We've got SIG Compute coming up after this meeting, and then SIG Performance Scale tomorrow. But next week we have, at the same time, we have our VEP discussion. And so in the lead up to the VEP deadline of, what did I say, 7th of January 2026, if you've got ideas for VEPs or are developing VEPs or just want some conversation around your VEP, these are a fortnightly run events. They're all on the calendar for you to go there and discuss with the VEP team and other SIG representatives, is the word. Also next week, the 25th, for new contributors or people looking to develop your contributor journey, we're running a new contributor session. So yeah, if that interests you, please attend. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be great.
Is it the same person who is running both of these meetings at the same time?
I don't think so. I think we've got Aurel and Igor running the new contributor session. And then I think you and Lubo are running the VEP discussion, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I didn't feel too bad about putting these at the same time because I thought people who are bringing VEPs to the table wanting to talk about it probably aren't necessarily new contributors. I imagine they have a reasonable understanding of what's happening in order to be, bringing a VEP to fruition. And we also have our fortnightly DRA meeting. So you'll notice as well, we've got the confidential computing in KubeVirt one week, and then the following week DRA. And so those are our current kind of like short-term recurring meetings. And we've also got CI weekly meeting. We've also got the CI quarantine catch-up. This week we also had the SIG networking. There's a lot of meetings going on is what I'm trying to get at. SIG observability on Tuesdays as well. So yeah, this is something we'll poke in. I won't spend quite so much time on this in the future, but it is worth having a quick look at what the week ahead looks like. All right, we've got some things to talk about. So I might jump to Alay, and we'll see if we have time for this because we have already talked about this. This was more of a returning to that conversation. So Alay, do you want to take the mic?
Yeah. Hi, folks. I just wanted to start a conversation about this project I ran into, application aware quota. From my understanding, it basically allows you to define quota for at an application level rather than having quotas that are baked into core Kubernetes. I'm curious if when developing this, folks considered something like Q will work in solving the same problems. And the context where I'm bringing this question from is there are a lot of ongoing developments in the Kubernetes community about um, DRA, extended resources by DRA, and then even native resources by DRA. That is like an ongoing work. So when I look at all of those things, it seems like having a common place that can solve quota accounting mechanisms for all of those things would be good rather than duplicating this logic everywhere. So yeah, Larry.
So when we first developed AQ, we reached out to Q and tried to speak with the developers there, kind of advocating for creating a common place. They said that they are only care about jobs and they don't want to extend it to different use cases. AQ solves the problem for, well, it's generic enough to solve problems for pretty much everywhere. It could actually be a very good replacement for traditional quota accounting in Kubernetes in general. and currently it uses pluggable mechanisms where you could write your own quota calculation for your applications and then use that for your operator. However, we didn't have much response from the API server guys, and we didn't have much response from Q as well, although we tried to reach out and explain. We cannot replace AQ with whatever Q is doing. This is just incompatible. AQ solves live migration issues for us, for KubeVirt, and different types of accounting, whether you're accounting pod resources or you're accounting just virtualization resources. And it allows you to do it cluster-wide, which Q doesn't do. So I think just in general, the answer is no. We cannot solve it with Q, but we invite Q to use AQ, or at least synchronize.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, this is perfect. I'm glad I asked instead of digging into this. And so just so I know, like we are on the same page, when this discussion started, after that Q has evolved a lot, and right now it supports a lot of more controllers than job itself. Would it be worth it to start that discussion again on, like, not exactly AAQ being replacement for Q, but or the other way around, but what are the places where quota accounting mechanisms can be consolidated?
I think yes. I would. I mean, we would be open to this. Barak is primarily working on this, but a lot of us are involved. I just want to say that the AQ is extremely valuable for KubeVirt in general, and the downstream version in Red Hat, specifically when you are at the end of your quota and you need to live migrate. This is like one of the primary use cases that it solves for us, but not just that.
Okay, got it. Makes sense. All right. Thank you. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that once we drive DRA and other caps forward, we'll have to create issues of accounting those resources in AAQ as well. I already have worked on an alpha feature for accounting DRA resources, or having quota respect DRA resources in Q. Maybe we need to do the same thing in AAQ as well. But yeah, it's something for the future.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the sooner we have these use cases, the better. I definitely agree.
Okay, thanks.
Well, thanks. And Blake, if you want to clean up my shoddy notes, please be my guest. In fact, I encourage you.
Thanks.
It will be worthwhile, I think, having going into the open floor before scooting back to the user guide, feature gate conversation. So whoever put VEP97 on the board, if you could please speak to that.
Yeah, sorry, that was me. I forgot to add my alias. So this web has been getting a lot of attention now, but then there are still some reservations from the maintainers about the approach that we are taking, specifically whether we should be going with an entry approach to add support for multiple hypervisors versus a plugin. And I would have liked to request if we can have an ad hoc meeting for discussing this web. I'm not sure if the bi-weekly meeting suffices for that, but looking to hear what you think. If we can have an ad hoc meeting, that'd be great, so that we can do a focused discussion and then resolve all of the issues that remain.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if Andrew, can you help organize this, please?
Yeah, totally. It then just becomes a question of when. That's the time zones and all.
I will also do it like a weekly until the web freeze or something.
Well, I hope
And
we'll
if
do it before. In general, the idea here is that this web was put forward long before we started the cycle, and I think there's a lot of work to do during the cycle to convert this. So the sooner we'll converge on the the sooner we'll merge this web, the better. So
yeah, I'm just saying that if we have a weekly, or if you prefer a bi-weekly, then it will also can continue also with the implementation later.
sure.
We can start with one meeting and then see how we want to take it from there. So Harshit, Vladek, anyone else on this call wants to be in that meeting? Please ping me or quickly throw a thumbs up, or just put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, and we'll gauge what time we need to do.
Thank you all.
Question from Amran. Is new contributor meeting an open floor QA style, or is there an agenda? There is, I believe, there is a agenda, and I do believe there will be time for Q&A afterwards. Aurel is here.
Hello.
Hello. Did you want to ask the question?
Who asked the question? I'm sorry.
It's on the open floor here.
Cool. So yes, there will be time for open questions. This talk is going to be non-technical. It's mostly about communication and workflow and general explanation about the project and what can be contributed and how. There will be plenty of time for Q&A, and the reason this session is live is in order to have people ask questions.
Thank you. Alay, you're running into an issue. Is this an FYI or is this a...
Sorry. So I looked at the agenda below and there were no bug scrubs for KubeVirt issues. So I wanted to bring it up here. If there are other sections of this meeting where this is appropriate, I can do it.
we can throw that. I'm going to palm that into SIG Compute because we have a few more things I'd like to hit before we run out of time.
Sure.
Cheryl, you've got a suggestion for booth swag?
No, you can't hear me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
There we go. Yeah. If I were going to do it again, if I ever had the opportunity to do it again, I would probably want the phone numbers of the people that are at the Red Hat booth to get the swag from so that we can communicate back and forth more easily. Because I went running back and forth. I was like the carrier pigeon going back and forth between the booth and the actual shirts passed me in transit. And then from my perspective, there were no, the shirts had gone walkabout, which was a little upsetting until I finally found them. So they had landed at the booth eventually. So, and I'm sorry about that, but I think that there's a way to do it differently, but I'm not too sure how to express it here. And that's the worst of it. I got 35 photographs of people coming to our booth and asking questions. So
Very cool.
yeah.
And,
Go ahead.
I was just going to, thanks for taking point. And I totally understand the carrier pigeon thing. It's a big space and there should be a better way to do it, but leg power.
If I were in better shape, it would have been a lot easier. So that's on me too. Hey, and I have a question. Oh, about 5 people asked us about VAST storage, and then somebody from Vast came over, and that's it. That's all I have to say. I brought it up at SIG Storage, and I'll leave it there. So
Oh, cool.
that's yeah, okay.
Thank you. Yeah, now I need to figure out, I need to learn what VAST is.
You know, I had to look it up.
Thomas, I do want to give you time for this, but I need to highlight this while we've got everyone. Could the SIG chairs or SIG representatives please take a look at our release notes? PR, just in case we are going to release today. I've gone through and I've categorized them. If you could please just cast an eye and make sure that everything is where it should be. This wasn't done for 1.6, and so you've got the added bonus of 1.6 there. It's less important because it's already out and no one's asked any questions about where the release notes are. But the 1.7 would be good to have done for our release. All right. We've got a CDI pull request. I believe you're here. Yes, you are.
Yeah, not a lot of discussion. I just want to raise awareness to this PR as it's laying around for quite some time. Would be nice if someone could review it and maybe merge it.
Fair
If I should CC someone on here,
it already has a couple of reviewers tagged on it, but I can follow up on this. This would be a good thing to bring up in SIG Storage, but they had their meeting this week already.
okay, yeah, sorry.
We'll just ping those people and see if we can't get some more eyes on this.
Thanks a lot.
And just quickly, these are more of an FYI. I saw this on the mailing list and they didn't have any comments on them. So just real quick. Copy and write container disk. Solution long abandoned. They've got something up there. They're interested in bringing it to KubeVirt. And the other one was, I don't know if Near is here. Near is here. Near, do you want to give this a quick 30 seconds?
Yeah, so we have this web 106. This web basically attempts to decouple the query or the access to the network attachment definition CR from the KubeVirt, from Virt controller. And we want to do it by replacing it with an external tool, a webhook that already does this. So we plan to deprecate it within 3 releases or so. But then we would require users to deploy network resource injector by themselves. Otherwise, they will have a problem to schedule their VMs. So that's the downside of this project. So yeah, please review the web, send me your comments, tell me what you think.
Cool, thank you. So that brings us to, we're now at half past the bottom of the hour. So we should move over to SIG Compute. I think I saw Itamar here. Yes.
Yep, I'm here.
Hello, can you please make sure that, Lay's going to take it, but that this issue gets talked about in SIG Compute. We'll wrap up now. Thank you all very much for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll see you next time.
See you in the next meeting.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you all.
Well, thanks. Bye-bye.